way to love.
I like to take apart the creative process.
I'm going to isolate some of these tracks so we can hear them. I want to play a version that shows you how the song evolved, and he writes a score for them to imitate the sounds of the Eastern instrument.
Find out what makes music, in the case of the Beatles, great.
He calls up Eric Clapton and he says, I want you to play guitar. Clapton says, no way. You've never had a guest guitarist on your albums. I'm not going to be the first.
And look at the individual components, look at the personalities, look at what was going on in the environment, look at the influences.
Rolling Stones had just come out with Aftermath, so Ringo suggested After Geometry.
And then put it all back together. And I think what it does is it allows people to appreciate the music even more than they do just listening to it. There are plenty of books, thousands of books on the Beatles.
What are you going to do? What are you going to do? I like that phrase. What are you going to do? It's kind of a rhetorical question, isn't it? You don't want somebody to say, okay, here's what you got to do. No, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. And you got to say it twice, too, for the effect. You know, oh, somebody broke into your car? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? I'm telling you. Yeah, I love phrases. I love all kinds of phrases. I listen for them. How about this one? Now, hear me out. Ooh, whatever follows that is not going to be good, believe me. All right, hear me out. I'm going to lower you into the well by your ankles. No. Hear me out. Steve here will be dousing you with gasoline as I... Will you hear me out? You going to hear me out?
I can't handle confrontations. I'm not a confrontational guy. You know what I mean? Like, I watched a dude steal my bike one time. I just watched it happen. He wasn't even in a rush or anything. He did it so confidently, I was like, that might be his bike. Actually, I called the cops. They asked if there were any witnesses, and I said, speaking. It was humiliating.
Spirit Airlines, I assume I'm gonna have to help assemble the wings or something, right? If you've ever flown Spirit, you know that, like, it's super cheap up front, right? Like, when you first buy the ticket. But, dude, they hit you with, like, fee after fee for everything. Anything you could think of. Check bag, carry-on, 2 shoes, that's gonna cost you.
Berkeley is the kind of place where you'll hear somebody say something like, hey, you know what? You want to do cocaine? You can do cocaine. That is your business. Whoa, are you doing that cocaine with a plastic straw? You monster! You should be in prison!